Well, you know, Nicholas Irving, he's a regular on my show.
Yeah.
He's the Grim Reaper, the former Army sniper, right? So he looks at things a little bit differently. He looks at things more militarily, right? And what he said was interesting. He said that when you look at a lot of these situations, like these right-wing conservatives, ICE agents, whatever else, they look at the liberal whites worse than they look at like black people, essentially.
She was a white liberal woman, you know? Like, that's how you would classify her? Yeah, the whole, I ain't gonna say, yeah, you know what I'm talking about, the whole little,
Yep.
yeah, the white liberal shit. And I'm like, then you got the others of that demographic who are not like that, very conservative. I don't even think that they like the liberals like that, their own demographic. I don't know, that's what I see. I think that your white conservatives don't fuck with the right liberals. So it's like two different people, I guess, in the same category.
They really hate these liberal white people. And when you saw that situation, I don't think they were looking at her as just, oh, as a white lady. No, this is like a left-wing, loud, liberal, gay, like everything that gets on their nerves is right there in front of them. And I think, you know, the fact that he said, yeah, fucking bitch, it's like, it's personal. I just don't like you type of people in general.
But the fucking bitch is what makes it so, because it's like, dude, there's emotions behind that where if you go, he just murdered her in cold blood. Well, if he didn't say fucking bitch and say it with the energy he said it with, then you could kind of make the argument, yeah, she felt in fear of his life and she was trying to weaponize the vehicle, but you shoot not once, but I think three times. And then you follow that up with fucking bitch. It seems like you were hungry for that. You were itching, like, give me a reason.
Oh yeah, I mean the whole situation with Sean Grayson, the former Illinois cop who killed Sonia Massey. You know that whole situation?
Sonia Massey.
That was that woman who called because there was like a burglar or something. And the black woman. They showed up at her house and she was like in the kitchen, whatever. She was like cooking whatever, and she thought, you know, they thought she was crazy. They killed her right there. He got 20 years. The cop who did it. Some people say it's not enough.
Probably isn't.
Yeah.
He should do time for our ancestors too.
Yeah?
Yeah. And you know, and it's funny because when you get into these racial conversations with people, some white people act like justice has been dealt out. This is recent. Derek Chauvin, convicted.
Yeah.
This guy, convicted. This is recent.
Well, yeah. I mean, Alex Preddy, you know, that's the male nurse who got killed.
Yeah.
They're saying this is now a homicide. This is now a homicide investigation.
Okay.
They're ruling it as a homicide. You know, and look, there's a video of him like attacking like a truck with ICE agents. He's like kicking them and whatever. So this is a dude that was aggressively out there doing shit. Does he deserve to get killed? No. But when you see some of these other videos, that may have been one of the cops that was already, you know, seen him kind of wilding out. Man, listen, protest, but don't start getting aggressive and don't start like trying to fight people, throwing bottles, whatever else, because this is how things start to go really bad.
Like imagine if during the civil rights era, Martin Luther King had the philosophy of Malcolm X, which Malcolm X didn't incite, was in no way was trying to say, go out and be violent. He just said, protect yourself. But Martin's whole thing was no matter what they do to us, nonviolence.
Yeah.
So can you imagine if black people had violently responded or, you know, did what people do, what you see with ICE? It would be 10 times worse for us. It's like that movie Selma. And at one point, that famous moment, they called it Bloody Sunday, on the Pietus Bridge, when the black people got fucked up and then a lot of them went back to base camp. And some of the brothers that was mad was like, yeah, I'm going to go get my gun. And one of the other brothers had to tell him, you can't do that. Because if you shoot one of them, they're going to shoot 1,000 of us. If you bring a gun, they bring in tanks. So Just the math ain't mathing in terms of that. So yeah, I agree. Protests, that's your right. But throwing bottles and, damn near attacking the ICE agents, I just don't see how that's beneficial.
I agree. And at the end of the day, whether you agree with it or not, it is the law right now. These ICE agents are legally following the instructions of the government, whether you agree with it or not. Look, I'm an immigrant. I get it. But I came over here legally. And if I came over here illegally and after 40, 45 years, I get deported, I can't really be mad at anybody. I got away with it for a long time. But at this point, the jig is up, right?
Yeah.
You got to go back to where you came from. Oh, but he's been there for a long time. He raised a family. He's got kids and grandkids, but he was here illegally the whole time.
Let me ask you, speaking of the Grammys, what your opinion on this is. Because Billie Eilish,
Yeah.
the singer, is that her name?
Yeah.
She said as she got an award, no one is illegal on stolen land. And of course, a lot of people in the Grammys applauded, stood up. But a lot of people, and if I'm being specific, white people were pissed at that. That's nonsense. What's your thought on that? Was she right?
Meaning the Native Americans, it's really their land?
Yeah.
I understand her point.
But there's a but?
I understand her point, but at the end of the day, to the victor goes the spoils, and this is just the way society has been working. Someone has been, damn near every piece of land out there was someone else there before. And someone took it over, usually by force, and that's just how it is.
That's a very white answer.
It wasn't happening. That wasn't happening in Africa. In Africa, that's not happening.
Here's what kills me about white folks.
In Asia, that doesn't happen.
Yeah,
that happens
but here's
everywhere.
what kills me about white people.
The Chinese Empire.
Here's what kills me about white people.
The Russian Empire, the German Empire.
Okay,
they all took over land.
You can give me 1,000 examples. I'm telling you, here's what's funny to me about white people. And this is why I constantly am called a racist and I don't like white people. There was a great quote I read in my comment section on one of the most recent posts on my Instagram about a white woman who broke some of this down. And somebody said, black people need to stop playing the race card. And then someone in the comment wrote, listen, if y'all want black people to stop playing the race card, tell white people to stop dealing it to us. And why you crunch your eyebrows like you don't understand what that means?
I don't understand. Can you explain it to me? Like, I don't get it. Explain it to me.
Black people, y'all always scream race, 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 victim, victim, victim. Well, if we're tired of talking about it, or if you're tired of hearing it, then we're tired of going through it.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Take some accountability for what the fuck y'all do. Because it's simple math. We wouldn't be here if y'all didn't do the things you do to cause us to be here.
I have never been against equal opportunity. I've never been against reparations. I was on, at first I got it a little wrong, but then I corrected myself later on.
You, Vlad. You. There's a lot of white folks that are against reparations. Okay. There are a lot of white folks that are for equality.
Yep, I'm for it. Listen, I went to Berkeley when I remember Jesse Jackson actually spoke at Sproul Plaza right in front of me about, allowing more black students in and so forth. Like, I was always for that. I was always into diversity, the whole thing. I get it. There's a very racist history in America, and by evening things out, I think it's ultimately a positive in terms of society as a whole. That's me. The whole stolen land thing, I understand what she's saying. I don't necessarily agree with it. At the end of the day, the Native Americans, what happened to them was very unfortunate, but technologically, that's what happens in every society.
Do you know who Jane Elliott is? Jane Elliott?
Yeah. I know exactly who that is.
And I feel like I say this 1,000 times. I feel like I shouldn't have to say this, but I want to be abundantly clear here. I have zero issues with white people. I like white people. You're white. I like you.
I like you too.
What I have a problem with is how quickly white people are very dismissive, arrogant, and lack empathy. Because every time black people discuss race or what we've been through, White people don't want to hear it. They are quick to dismiss, deflect, yeah. Bring up numbers and statistics. And it's like, this is why this race thing in America, it ain't going nowhere. Because in order for it to be solved, white people have to be willing to listen and stop defending themselves and stop feeling threatened when truth is brought up. And this is why black people love A. Jane Elliott, because she's one of the white people who will say to white people, knock it the fuck off and listen. White people don't want to listen to black people. They don't want to hear it. And again, if you think I'm bullshitting, YouTube Farrakhan on Donahue. That is some of the greatest television when it comes to race. White people don't want to hear it. And there's this one moment where this old white lady says to Farrakhan, I think what scares us is we hear violence. And Farrakhan goes, isn't it funny how you feel and hear violence when black people have been the victims of violence for so long? What you are afraid of is that if we come into power, we will do to you what your ancestors and forefathers did to us. And that is not the mind of black people. He didn't even get all that out. They cut to the old white woman doing this. He was halfway through what he was saying, and she dismissed it like this. And it's like, no, you old bitch, don't do this. Listen.